So, good morning everybody. Try to guess where I'm from my name. Oh, come on, fantastic. Very good, very good. Also from the bright colors, I guess. So, today I'm going to talk to you about cloud computing. But first, let me start with a few minutes of warm-up. So, most of you are going to or are already starting new businesses, right? Is that correct? Yes? But not here. Yes, good. So, I am very happy to share my experience with you. And I also have some previous experience, previous to joining Amazon. I started 4 businesses in Italy. As you can see, I have no Ferrari outside, so I didn't, let's say, I wasn't very successful in your own terms. But doing business in Italy or in other countries is usually very difficult, especially when you're young and you don't have a good mentor or a few good mentors. Or a few years ago when it wasn't super clear how to start a business, how to make it successful, especially if it was not just an ordinary business, but it was, for example, a startup that you wanted to scale, possibly globally. So, can you give me the definition of a startup in your own words? One person, raise your hand if you think you know what is a startup compared to a normal business. If I open a shop and I want to sell chewing gum, is that a startup? Yes or no? Who says yes? Raise your hand. Oh, well, okay, good. Oh, well, I think it's no. Of course, you can disagree. What is a startup? So the main thing that defines a startup, besides the fact that it's a new business, it's usually a hard work, you need to raise capital and a few other things. The main thing is that a startup is a business that you want to scale, and you're just starting the business right now. Scale could be globally, could be in Singapore, could be even a smaller scale, but you want to scale that business. So it's not something that you buy a shop, you open the shop, and that's it. You just keep running the shop. The thing is, you want to scale that business. And cloud computing, of course we're going to talk about cloud computing as well today. Cloud computing is one of the main things that allow you to have your IT, the IT part of your business, to scale very easily. Just to give you a couple of quick ideas before we touch a few other topics. By the way, I don't have slides, today at least. The reason is, for today I just wanted to have a very free-flow conversation with you guys, just because I have a very, luckily for me, broad experience in many different fields. I've been a professor, a CTO, a startupper twice, and a normal business starter twice as well. And then I've been working for Amazon and meeting many startups. Some real startups, some not so very real startups. Some of them that were not really into the scaling part that much. So I want to give you this free flow of thoughts, and hopefully I will get some questions from you and I will try to answer as best as I can. So why cloud computing is so important? First of all, how many of you have an idea what cloud computing is? Raise your hands. Okay. Anyone would like to try to give me a definition of cloud computing? Very brief, very simple definition.
I think cloud computing is something that you pay as you go. So how much you use is how much you pay.
Okay, that's a very good start. So pay as you go. It's actually one of the keywords that we use in our slides. So it's maybe you studied. You checked my name on the internet. No, very good, very good. So one of the key elements of cloud computing is that, and you're all quite young, most of you here. I'm 47. No, I'm kidding, I'm 34, of course. Come on, guys, you should say, what? I was expecting something like that. Come on, please. Okay, go away. Go back. Go away. Okay, I'm 34, so I'm not that older, but at least I've seen IT for 15 years. Because I started working when I was 19, working and studying. And I had a wonderful experience at the Ministry of Defense in Italy, doing some secret stuff, trying to, whatever the military do. And at the time, in late 1990s, most IT was super expensive and it usually involved capital investment, right? A huge upfront investment, capex. which is very different than OPEX, which is operational expenses. Which means you want to use IT, even if you want to start a new business, or you're a big company, you want to start a new branch of your company, or you want to, let's say, launch a new team that does something new. The team comes and say, okay, we need 20 servers, and we need 50 disk drives, and we need a few other bunch of IT devices. And the CFO, or whoever pays the bill, says, why? Because we think that the business is going to grow this big, and we're going to be ready for the launch, etc., etc. So you try to provision whatever IT resources you want when you're going to be ready for launch. And of course, 100% of the time, you are wrong. Because you think you need 20 servers, sometimes you need one, because your product sucks. Okay? Or you need 2,000, because you just got it, but then you say, oh wow, I thought 20 would be enough, and instead the whole world is going to use my service. And there is a startup, actually, that is one of my best examples. A startup that is using Amazon Web Services. So, of course, as you can see, I don't mind throwing the occasional sales pitch a few seconds for Amazon. This startup is called Animoto. Animoto sounds like a Japanese name, but it's an American startup. And they offer a very simple service. You can go on the website. They also have a iPhone app, etc. But essentially, back then, 2008, you go to the website, you sign up, you upload your pictures, you select some music from an existing library, and then, or maybe give your own music, upload your own music, and then Animoto would automatically create a video with nice transitions and effects of your pictures, and the types of video of transitions and animations will be based on the music. So if you take your holiday in, let's say, Venice, very romantic, right? Who has ever been to Venice? Italy, Venice, Italy, not Venice like California. Few people, very good. It's my favorite city in Italy, actually. I'm Italian, of course, so I know a few places there. You go to Venice, beautiful, romantic, you take pictures, maybe you put some Bocelli music in the background, and then Animoto will create this very smooth transition of things with beautiful pictures flowing like this, and then your girlfriend or your boyfriend, blah, 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 all happy. And then the video will be available to you. Up to 30 seconds for free, and then if you want more, you pay. So it's a freemium model. And in April 2008, they were already doing quite well. They were using about 80 servers, 80, on Amazon Web Services. They started, like 2006, they started with very small computers, physical computers. They started to have 5 and 10 and 15 computers in the same room. It's the typical startup in a garage story of, many US companies. And then they realized when they would open the door that there was not a server room, there was a sauna. Because you open the door, it was like 105, 110 Fahrenheit, whatever, 40 Celsius degrees. And of course, when the temperature is very high, machines start to fail. And if you are operating inside that room, you lose a lot of weight because it's very hot. So it was very cool for a couple of people, but not so cool for others. So they realized this is not our business. And second, if we scale, if you are successful and they want to be successful, how can we possibly scale this room and these 15 or 20 machines? So they decided to throw it away and move everything to Amazon Web Services, everything to cloud computing. And by doing that, no capital investment, but they would just pay as they go. So very, very good point. The other point is that the infrastructure in a physical room is pretty much stuck there. If you want more servers, you have to call, buy, or order online. You get the servers, you put them there, maybe into racks. If you are organized, you plug them. Oh, not enough cooling. You have to buy another air condition, and then maybe not enough power. Oh, I have to find another room, and maybe, oh, what about security? What about if people come in and steal my stuff? So I have to put bars on windows, etc. So all the nuances of physical infrastructure. So it's not easy to scale. It takes months to scale, and usually you have to pay upfront. Maybe you can get a payment up to 60 days later, but you have to pay upfront. When you move to cloud computing, You can just log in into this management console online. You say, I want 20 servers, click, what type of servers, Linux, Windows, etc. And then Amazon Web Services will launch the servers, and after a few minutes you will get all these servers available for you. And you can get them in US, in Europe, in Singapore, in Tokyo, in Brazil, whatever you want. So if you're targeting a specific market, for example, if you're targeting the mobile market in Southeast Asia, Singapore is a perfect location for that. And you can start servers in Singapore. But maybe you do well, and then for some reason, a business opportunity comes up in South America. You can easily launch another 10, 20, 50, 100 machines in South America and move, let's say, replicate your business there as well. So you don't need to call Brazilians and tell them, hey, I need servers, and they will be just relaxing on the beach, and then they will not care that much about you. So these are some of the benefits.